Start it right now.
Happy Sunday evening, boys and girls. You see, I have Victor back. I think we have fixed our sound, and tell tell the boys and girls why you're refraining from a cigar.
I'm feeling a little under the weather, but I'm recovering, so I don't want the smoke to make me feel worse than I already do.
And I told him that I've had a lot of colds in 40 years, and that what he just did ain't gonna hurt him a bit. But all right, Victor, you know how to work the pause. Pause it. Let me grab me one, and then we'll get started.
Where are they at?
You got the remote? Oh no, I'm gonna grab it.
Oh, okay.
You got the remote?
Yeah,
Oh, she didn't send the remote with you?
I got it. I just want to make sure it was turned on.
Yeah, it's not like we can make another one.
Yeah.
So as far as my music growing up, I was just gonna give you a little synopsis thumbnail. I'm sure nobody thinks I can keep it short, so I'm gonna do my best. Most blind people, I guess Helen Keller would be an exception, bless her heart, but most blind people love music. I mean, don't matter your race, your color, what kind of music. I guess it's because it's something we can enjoy as much as anyone else can. So my first memories are, I've got the console stereo. This was my grandparents' house that they built in '73 when the one right here burned. Our family's been here since the '50s, so I'll be the last one. We have no children, and whoever gets our will most likely sell. But my grandpa says I've been playing that stereo since I could barely reach over. You know, the kind that I'll put it on a video where you can see it sometime. It's you have to raise the lid. Now, have you seen one of those from the '70s?
Well, like a record player?
Yeah, but it's maybe it has AM, FM radio. A few of them had 8-track, but it's a whole console.
Yeah. I think Robbie has one.
He may still have it. I'll see if I can buy it. But it's nah, Sarah won't let me collect them things. It was actually a piece of furniture, and Victor, in the '70s, they even came up with some that had a 25-inch TV in the front, and the stereo was on top.
Oh yeah, I know which ones you're talking about.
And the speakers, that was
big old things.
Way pre flat screen plasma, way before. I mean, they were color, but my parents had one that was fancy. Either my parents or the neighbor. The top would slide instead of raising the lid. You had sliding like doors, and you'd slide them over. Run the television. I think you could run the front, but the record player and radio, you had to reach down in there. Of course, it's a record change where you could stack the albums up.
Yeah.
Pre-streaming and pre-CD changing components, we put 4 or 5 records on a stack, and they'd drop one at a time. They'd give you a couple hours of straight music.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. But I grew up listening to what my parents did. Up here, I heard Charlie Pride, I heard country, and gospel, of course, in church. And my mom and dad listened to, which they separated pretty early in my life, both modern country. Mom was more country, and oldies from the '60s, which weren't that old at the time.
Right.
And dad was mainly rock and roll, and he likes his oldies. That '60s on 6, he loves that. So
at what point, I mean to cut you off, but at what point did they start calling it oldies before it became oldies?
'80s.
The '80s?
You start having, I was just thinking about that. In the '80s, you had boys and girls, don't check your cigar to see if it's lit like that. I hadn't burned a hole in my face yet or set my beard on fire, but if it's going to happen, I hope it's on a video because I hope it don't happen. But no, by the '80s, they were playing '60s and calling it oldies. Of course, now you got, and some '50s like Elvis, the Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard, the people that the Big Bopper, and the ones that got killed in that crash, Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
But Chuck
Valens.
Yep, Chuck Berry, who died a few years ago. But that's something a buddy of mine, I talked to him about this video, had asked me. Radio stations, see, Victor, I know this is, kids your age probably don't even know what this, well, you know what it is, but you don't mess with it. The first AM radio station is 1920, KDKA in Pittsburgh, where my wife's from. And even in the '70s, we were listening to our music on AM. Now, it didn't sound great driving through town. It did, under power lines, it didn't sound great at all during thunderstorms. It tore your radio all to pieces. But yeah, we listened to top 40 rock, top 40 country, and soul, R&B. We had one R&B or soul station. Greenville was a powerhouse, though, 50,000 watt AM.
Wow.
It's still there, but it signed off at night. So for people that listen to that music, and there was a time when I listened to a lot of it, they had AM, which was okay until the 80s. It sort of got, people realized FM sounds so much better.
Yeah.
But your top 40 station played your basic, the records, and it was actual records. They had 2 turntables and a microphone. I know you've heard that before.
That's where the term disc jockey came from.
Yep.
DJ.
That's exactly right, sir. And because they still call them that, but they ain't played a record or CD in 20 years. I've had friends in the 90s, 30 years. Even in the 90s, that music was loaded onto a computer. But your station played your rock that was top 40, and maybe once an hour or two an older song, an oldie from maybe 5-10 years earlier. Country did the same, and the black or soul or R&B station, they had their own chart, and they played their records. And of course, they had songs that crossed over to us, and occasionally we would cross over to them. CCR crossed over with a couple of songs on the soul chart. Put a Candle in the Window was one of them. Heard It Through the Grapevine may have been one. Yeah. But it's not really, it's kind of like that now with radio, but not. But so I played 45s, what my parents' records they liked, they bought me. And I didn't really change till the late 70s. I discovered Casey Kasem, the American Top 40. WQOK out of Greenville. It's a Spanish station now. Oh, no, it's actually the Black Information Network. The soul station is a Spanish station now. I remember now on AM. Because I'm a radio nerd that my wife says sort of like being a music nerd. But the top 40 lets you know what was popular. And the country had one too, Bob Kingston, who's passed just like Casey has. And they probably had somebody, so you knew what was on. See, Victor, the only way they knew what the top 40 songs in the country were was record sales and radio DJ requests. We actually would call and ask them to play our favorite record, and eventually they would. Nice. So, by middle school, late grade school, I was going to skating rinks and listen to what they played. Upbeat, top 40 mainly, and middle school, and then I got into classic rock in high school. Robbie helped with that a lot. He's the one that wanted me to do this video and not talk about political or current events, which is fine. There ain't a whole lot. There's not a few things going, but not worth discussing today. But so my earliest memories are playing records and 8-track tapes, and you probably seen an 8-track, right?
Yeah, they're obsolete.
Oh, extremely, and the quality wasn't that good.
Yeah.
The one thing my mama liked about 8-tracks, it would play over and over and over.
Oh yeah, they loop.
Mm-hmm. You had 4 tracks, and it would just go round and round and round and round. If the machine didn't overheat it, you could leave it on all night long and it just continuously play. But what are your? Hey, where'd the little dog go? Oh, there she is. Yeah, we got a stowaway, boys and girls. She's little, so Victor will let her out here, but he has to draw the line at Buster, who's in the house. But what are your earliest memories of music? I'm sure it probably wasn't as important to you as it was to me, although it may have been because you play guitar just like I do. So tell me about it while I drink some beer.
My earliest memory of music is when I was in the kindergarten. I would say once a month the teacher let us in a treasure box if we were being good. And
oh, I'm sorry. That's just funny.
And the treasure box had a bunch of little goodies like candy and whatnots and pencils. But at the bottom of the box, I found a little AM/FM receiver, and I snatched it. And I was one of the good kids.
No, it's because you're so quiet, which is why I was never the good kid.
No, I was very, very rambunctious or loud.
Not
at that age.
Well, we'll have to figure out what happened.
Most kids are.
Yeah, at 5.
At that age. Anyway, yeah, I took it home, and every night I would always tune in to one of the stations, one of the rock stations, and listen to what everything that was playing, pop stations, and that's when I really started getting into music. And then my dad, who was a musician, he would always have some kind of influence in the household as far as music goes. So those are one of my earlier memories.
Now, how much was? See, you're musically bilingual, which doesn't. I don't think that's how you should put it, but I just did. So, how much was Spanish music? How much was English, or just American music?
How do you mean, like?
as far as what your dad was playing, as far as what you were influenced when you're a kid, you're influenced by what your mom and daddy listened to, or your uncle or aunt or grandma or somebody.
There was a good mixture of both because my dad, he had a band, and that band played mostly just Spanish music, but he only really did it because of the money. He went around to like clubs and stuff playing, band Spanish folk music. Um, but his true love was rock, like American rock. I'm
Ooh,
talking 70s, 60s, 80s rock.
awesome.
So that was a big heavy influence on me at the time, and it still is. So I would say there's a good mixture of both.
Now, are you? I like to think you're an old soul in some ways, and I've always been that way. Dave was talking about it. I've been 90 years old since I was about 16 in my thinking, but except for the long hair that I had, and I'm trying to grow back. It's full of river water right now. I hadn't showered today. I might have had a few two extra mini beers yesterday and had to have the recovery, but I'm definitely gonna watch it tonight. So is your dad still playing music?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's a lifelong thing that's been with him since he's been this tall, and I'm about 2 feet off the
I was
ground.
gonna say I guess our audience could see that.
Yeah.
Now does he? I know you're a guitar player and y'all actually built a guitar. I'd like for you to bring that up here one day and demonstrate it. You just can't play other people's music. You just bust out some leads or something.
Sure.
But is guitar what he plays?
Yes. Yeah.
I bet he's good now. Is he at a three piece with or is there a rhythm and lead guitar in the band?
He's usually the lead guitarist.
Sweet.
Sometimes he'll take rhythm, depending on what the arrangement is. But he's
I,
lead.
except for Johnny B. Good, I played rhythm because my friends like David and Jeff were a whole lot better than me, and I was good. I didn't fight it. Somebody's got to keep the rhythm with the bass drummer, and
Nothing wrong with that.
I would never play a three piece band unless we had a horn, harmonica, keyboard, somebody to bust some leads because homies here is not going to do it.
Yeah.
But so I started guitar at 15. How old were you? You probably got a big jump on me.
I'd say maybe probably around 10, 11.
There you, God, if I'd have done that, I'd have been a lot more popular in high school because
Yeah.
I'd have been in a band like the Maniacs were. Yes, I'd have given some competition, but I was through ninth grade before I even learned to play. Started to learn. So now, did you ever see? You're so young, you could go on the internet. We used to buy tablatures of songs. You know what I'm talking about on paper.
Yeah, tabs.
Yeah, tabs, sheet music. But how much of the time did you try to learn songs by listening to them on the radio or record or CD? And how many times did you go by the sheet and say, "I'm gonna learn this note for note" and just do it?
For guitar, I've never been a note player, and like I never played by sheet music, um, because I was never classically trained. I always just listen to a piece of music and I'll try to imitate it, but it takes me a long time to. It might take me a day to get it kind of sound where it needs to sound, but where I shine as far as note sheet music would be on the saxophone,
Oh,
alto saxophone.
you play?
Yeah.
Oh, we can just make up some chords. YouTube's real funny, but man, we gotta have a jam. We'll make it short. We'll just make up a riff like a blues riff in E and A or something. Just I'll bust the chords on my Gibson acoustic, and you can wail away on the horn. That'll be great. It'll probably drive the dogs crazy. So be ready to kill us.
All right.
Nah, she'll want to come out and hear that. We'll just lock their butts up. Now, do you remember some of the first? I'm just curious about this because I play guitar, and I'm sure some of our viewers do too. Did you remember any of the first songs you learned?
The first song was I remember the first song, uh, "I Can't Get No Satisfaction" by the Rolling Stones.
Dun, dun, yeah,
Yeah,
sweet. My
yeah.
my cousin insisted I learn on an acoustic, which I'm glad he did because I play rhythm and he's got a lot to do with that. But I learned a song called "I Always Marry an Ugly Girl." It's silly. I'll play it for you sometime. But then I learned like Margaritaville, Long Haired Country Boy, basically three chord songs. Now, are you having a second beer, sir?
Nah, I'm all right.
Okay, well,
I gotta drive home.
well, yeah, you could have two, but if you just want one, and plus you're going to another get together or something, aren't you?
Yeah, around 7:30. But
Well, that's
it.
cool. Yeah, we got plenty of boys and girls. It's 6:45 East Coast, upstate. All right, so what's the temperature? Okay, you can't hear her, but it's 80 degrees. It's not bad with the wind blowing. I
That
thought
feels great.
yeah, it's not bad at all. Now, when you go to Mexico to visit your dad, I know you go as often as you can and stay for a week or two. In fact, I think you got you some property there.
Yep.
Do you listen? Is there any American music radio, or do y'all just play stream music, or is it all Hispanic music?
Mostly just all Hispanic music.
Uh huh.
Very rarely will you hear a pop song from the U.S. because they do play pop songs that are but those are kind of global.
Well, you know, the little girls, and I say little because they're little, like 5 foot, five little, probably late teens. The three little Hispanic girls that clean the house, and they're trying to help me with my Spanish, but I think they're probably laughing more than anything. they, I wanted to play on music that they actually liked while they're cleaning, and let's see who this is. We'll probably ignore it. Sarah got it. She knows what I'm doing. So I think I mentioned this guy to you. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name. Romeo Santos.
Oh yeah, Romeo Santos.
Is he big over there right now on their music chart?
Oh yeah. He's always up there. Mostly for like the romantic side of music.
And that's why 19 and 20-year-old little girls dig it.
Yeah.
I can see that. I just thought of this. Here in America, we have country, we have rock. I think we can narrow it. There's so many genres now, but basically top 40, hard, heavy metal, hard rock, classic, and whatever they're putting out today. I truly don't know in the hard rock category.
Mm-hmm.
But country, classic country, and new country. It's easy enough. R&B and soul. You have old school stations, and you have rap and hip hop, and that's all they play. Are there how many categories? I know I'm very ignorant about music from other countries. I know salsa is a channel, but how would you categorize the music in the Hispanic countries, and if you would describe each one so we'll know the difference?
It's very diverse. I could go on and on about this, but you've got Latin rock, which is popular amongst the younger people my age. You've got banda, which would be kind of like it mostly pertains to Mexico. Banda music. That's all your trumpets, horns, clarinets,
Ooh,
drums.
I might have to stream some of that. I like to hear that. Seriously, man.
You've got the corridos, which I mean, if you know what that is, you know. You've got I'm trying to think right now, but
was there any rap going on in Espanol?
Yes, you do have Spanish rap. I'm not really a big fan, but that's just because I don't like a lot of rap.
Yeah, I'm not either of English, and I hadn't even heard Spanish.
Yeah, you got Mexican country.
Really?
Yeah, they've got their own version of
country. Oh, do they use fiddles and steel guitars, or is it banjos, or is it more modern?
Mostly guitars and stuff like that, trumpets, violins.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, in country it's a fiddle.
Yeah.
Same instrument. So American and British, which English music, it doesn't do much over there. As far as the the people that you're around.
Not as much as it is over here, honestly. Like there's still people that know about it, and yeah, some like it, but it's not as popular.
If you went across the FM dial in a large metropolis, a heavy populated area in Mexico, could you find any American rock, or would it be all the music, all the stuff you just mentioned?
It'd be mostly just Spanish stuff.
Okay, because it's funny, when I was a kid, you couldn't get no Spanish music here, period. Oh, excuse me. I remember when me and Jimmy went to Miami in '91 on spring break. I was actually amazed at an FM Spanish music station because I'd never heard one. But obviously, it was Miami.
Right.
The signal probably did carry over to Cuba if they were if they were trying to hear it. But now you got plenty of Spanish stations. That's why I just wondered if there was any English music. Well, now as far as your friend group, and oh, by the way, if you would, I was telling one of my good buddies on the phone a few minutes ago about your channel because he said there wasn't nothing good to watch today on YouTube. He was waiting on me to do something. I'm not sure that what I'm doing is going to be any good, but I mean, we give it our best try here.
Right.
Tell him and the rest of the boys and girls your YouTube and just briefly what y'all do because I think it's cool.
So check out Diverse Purpose videos on YouTube, basically where we just do a bunch of random skits and we do whatever. We don't script anything really, so it's just if that's your type of thing, go check it out.
It's tighter than what we're doing, I promise you, and they include music that you're allowed to use, like movie music, and y'all put stuff on the screen like 3 hours. I mean, you do all kind of cool crap.
Yeah.
It's called Diverse Purpose, right?
Diverse Purpose Videos. Yep. DPV for sure.
DPV, Diverse Purpose Videos. I would like very much for y'all to go dig it and maybe subscribe to him. And he's doing some cool stuff. And I realize you've had to correct me. It's not your channel, but you're on a lot of it, right?
Yeah, it's my friend's channel, but we do a lot of collaboration. So I'm on there just as much as he is. So,
Sweet.
Yep. But yeah.
Well, I would love for y'all to subscribe to that. I'll make sure Sarah can put that on the video screen or do something with it. But in any event, I want to know what you and your friends listen to in common because y'all are all in the same 21 age area.
Yeah, we're all about the same age. Talking about my friends here in the U.S.
Yeah, because your friends over out south of the border, as we used to say, aren't going to be listening to what people here do for the most part. No. I'm thinking.
They look at me funny when I play American music.
Because they're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
So, what do y'all have in common?
My friends,
as far as musically, what do y'all agree on? That's like, yeah, that's good stuff.
We all like rock.
From what decades?
We can all get down on some 80s, 90s rock.
Okay. Now, I don't like this band. I just personally don't like the music. Are y'all into Nirvana? Because a lot of kids are.
I like Nirvana, yeah.
Okay.
The grunge.
Yeah. Some of the Seattle sound I like. I like Stone Temple Pilots. I like the one Temple of Dog album where that Pearl Jam and Soundgarden got together.
Yep.
Are you familiar with that Temple of Dog record?
Not that one, no.
Okay, well, there's only one. You may want to look that up. I'll get the name of it for you, but it's got a song called I'm Going Hungry. In fact, you'll probably hear things that you recognize on it. It was like a couple of bands got together and made one band. It was sweet. So is there any new rock and roll, and I mean more on the hard side, that's any good, Victor? I may let my prejudice toward new music, I may be missing out on something.
Rock and roll, I mean,
in the last decade.
That's a broad term. So in the last decade, think of a good one.
Because I've heard of bands like My Morning Jacket and stuff. I don't know anything about these people, and I'm too old to.
Never heard of them.
Okay, well, we won't worry about them. If anybody out there likes them, tell us why in the comments. And subscribe if you would. I'm still trying to build this thing in its infancy. It's under 3 months old.
There's 3 Doors Down. They got some pretty good music.
Okay, I've heard of them.
Yeah. When I'm Gone is one of their most played songs, and it's pretty good. I mean, you could call it rock and roll.
I'll play it as quick as we're done, and we'll both listen to it. I might could play it low where the people couldn't hear it, but I'm not on screw with that, mess with it. Anybody else?
I would say Linkin Park. That's borderline rock.
It's what's it borderline with? Pop or
no? Not pop. It'd be kind of like it'd be more into the heavy side.
Oh, like is it Metallica heavy or more old Ozzy heavy?
It's hard to say. It's they have their own genre.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have their own genre. But the one that I like from there is "Somewhere I Belong." That's a good song.
I just tripped over my
"Somewhere I Can Belong."
Okay, I'm gonna play that one too. I got to remember these things. I can always refer back to my own video, which I usually watch everything before I upload it. I'm not going to with this because I know what we're doing. Hey, we ought to get brave and do it live sometime. Do you know how to do that?
Live YouTube?
Yeah.
I can figure it out.
Yeah, we ought to. Maybe our fourth meeting, which probably be late August or September, whenever you're free, and we'll. Um. So what? So what do you listen to that they just can't see why you want to hear it? I'm sure there's something.
Like any genre.
Mm-hmm. Any band, any singer, anybody. And your friends are like, what the heck is that crap?
Ooh, see, I listen to a lot of things, but
Well, I'll make it easier. Just tell me and whoever wants to watch this who your favorite bands and singers are, past and present. Just if you want to crank some tunes in a good mood, you want to get over a bad mood, who are you listening to?
a singer from today, past 10 years, I would say I like Tyler the Creator.
Wait, say it again.
Tyler the Creator.
Who is that? I have no clue.
He's a pop singer,
Okay.
and he kind of has his own genre too, but it's but you could call it pop because they play it mostly on the radio too sometimes. But he writes his own stuff, plays his own stuff, produces his own stuff, so it's really nice. From the past, for example, today I was listening to some Deep Purple. I like Deep Purple.
Have you got the Machine Head record, or have you heard?
Yeah, I have that on CD.
I've got on vinyl record.
Nice. Yeah, stuff like that. Or let's see. I'm trying to think. I like Carlos Santana, which I think I might have mentioned in another video.
That's okay. Now, he is badass. Where's he originally from?
He's from Jalisco, Mexico.
Is he popular over there? Because he sure made it here in the 70s and then came back in the 90s.
Yeah, he's pretty popular there. I actually saw him in concert in the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, wow.
2017, I think.
Wow. I've never even been to California. Of course, I don't think I'd like it, but
I don't think you would.
Nah, it's not Southern old school redneck thinking like me. So yeah, I'd go there for a football game and just try not to talk much, which for me is impossible.
It's very crowded over there, depending on where you go. But
I wouldn't like that either. Now, is he as popular in Hispanic countries as he is here?
Maybe not, because he was there for only a short period of time before he came to the U.S. and then got big here in the U.S. But he does do a lot of tours around the world. So, but I think most of his popularity would be in the U.S. and not so much, back in Mexico. Maybe with the older generation, but not so much the newer generation.
Well, his hits from the 70s. I think that song "Smooth" from the 90s.
Yeah,
he really a whole new my sister's generation. I'm not saying she didn't know because Dana probably did, but a lot of kids in their teens like discovered him for the first time, and they're like, "Hey, this cat's good. He's got it going on."
Mm-hmm.
Now we've discussed who are your modern country favorites, because I'm still learning about people in modern country. I'm trying to get out of the 20s through the 80s and 90s, and at least I've discovered a guy named Tyler Childress that I really like. My buddy Junior's hooked me up on his music. But now, who do you like?
I can't think of anyone right now. I don't listen to a whole lot of new country, or just a lot of country in general. But when I'm in the mood, I'll play some sometimes. But it's normally older country.
Now, I know I gave you the Redheaded Stranger album. Did I give you the Merle Haggard 1980 record, Back to the Barrooms?
Yeah, you did.
Have you had a chance to dig that yet?
I listened to one of his songs, but I don't remember which one it was.
On that record, if you want to skip around, the first and last songs were big hits. The first one's called Misery and Gin.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just make you sad. Listen to this poor guy mixing misery with gin. And the last song is kind of works. It'd be universal if it was in different languages. It's called I'll Just Stay Here and Drink.
Mm.
His woman's left him, and he's gonna stay there. And he said, "Take all the money in the bank." One line he says, "Ain't no woman gonna change the way I think."
Okay.
I don't think I can get in trouble for just quoting these words, Kelly.
No.
That song belongs to Merle Haggard's, whoever has his estate, and not us. And I might not even got the words 100% right. Probably didn't. But so you were listening to Hank Williams Jr. He's real Southern. Country Boy Can't Survive.
Oh yeah.
Family Tradition.
I like this Dinosaur.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a great song. That's and that was never a radio hit. It just a lot of people. I had a guy come up to me with my speaker at a Clemson football game and request that we play that song. And since this is modern times, I didn't have to go through a cassette box hoping I had it. Sarah pulled it up and played it.
Mm.
Now, do you hear music now? I know they call it clubs or club. They used to. I don't ever go to bars after dark. I drink in my own yard. It's cheaper. If there's a live band I really want to hear, if you had a band or somebody like you that I'm friends with, I'd go. But so what kind of music do they play, and does it vary according to the particular place?
It very much does depend on where you go. Like the only club I've ever been to, and probably will ever go to, is a Latin one, and of course they're gonna play Latin music like bachata, cumbia, salsa, so stuff like that. Reggaeton, obviously reggaeton, that's very big.
Now, is that in this country?
Oh yeah. That's not far from where we live in. It's over in Greenville.
There's a Latin. Wow. Yeah. Is it now? Do any Robbie call him gringos? Robbie married your mom, and he seems to think he's more Hispanic than me now. I guess just cutting up about music and mainly about Spanish food. He said you like white people's Mexican restaurant. I said, Robbie, look at me. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't mean to yell, boys and girls. I'm a white Southern redneck, fairly intelligent but country boy, and of course I like the way they make it for people like me. If I went to Mexico and ordered tacos and burritos and nachos, how big a shock would I get, or would it be sort of the same?
It'd be something to adjust to, because they have the meats they have down there are very different, or they have a lot more selection.
Oh, really?
And all the tacos are soft shell. There's no such thing as hard tacos.
Well, Sarah loved it, but I like hard shell tacos.
Yeah.
So because I wrap it up where maybe I wouldn't drop, but maybe half the food on my plate while trying to eat it.
Yeah, hard shell tacos were invented here. I'm assuming they were invented here because you don't find them in South America.
Oh wow! Why don't y'all look that up and put it on a comment?
Yeah.
I'd love to know that myself. Now, you said you don't go to clubs or bars here. Is there a reason for that, or do you just not your stuff, your style?
Not my thing. I went one time with a group of friends, and we enjoyed ourselves, but it wasn't something that I said, oh yeah, I want to come back and do this every Friday night or Saturday. Yeah.
Are you like me? If there's a band you wanted to hear, would you go and listen to them?
At a bar, yeah. At a club, no.
Well, what's the difference? I really don't know.
Well, at a bar is a little bit more relaxed, depending where you go. But at a club, the music is just so freaking loud that you feel the vibration in your chest, and you're like, man, I can't even hear myself, talk. You gotta scream basically if you want to talk to the person next to you. And things are kind of overpriced if you want to buy like a few drinks, because I forget, it's like what, $7-8 a drink or something.
Wow.
A beer.
I'll amend my comments. I will go to a bar. I guess I've never really been clubs. I'll let you on a little secret that no one probably cares. When you're blind, if your ears are slammed full, whether it's music, whether you're in, say I was hanging out in the old machine shop or the airport or somewhere where it's extremely loud, you're screwed. You've had it. I can't function, Victor. I can't do nothing. I can't even check the time on this watch because it talks, and I avoid that. It's very uncomfortable for me. All my senses rely on sound. I can't tell if people are moving around me, if people put their hand in my face. everything's shut down. So I avoid that. When I was in Nashville, I'd mentioned to you when you pulled up, Old Red was playing, and I went to his bar and ate, and it was sweet. And I went to Tootsie's, the most popular bar they have, or one of the big ones. The music was so damn loud, I couldn't stand it. There was a band upstairs and a band down. I thought it was pretty cool that you have a bar with competing bands simultaneously competing. But I can't stand the sound. So yeah, you're thinking about a place with tables, a big bar, and a lot of tables, and maybe a little tiny dance floor, but mainly people are eating and drinking.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll go to a bar every now and then with a friend or two.
Well, I'm gonna take you to M&J's one day for supper. One day when we finish the video, they're open 7 days a week, and I was in there the other day, and there's a bunch of kids in there, man.
Really?
Yeah, and it was lunchtime, and the kids are going back this week. It's starting tomorrow, I think. But yeah, there's a bar, but it's that family friendly, and the food's good. It's called M&J Steak and Seafood. I'll buy, so you have to come up with something good to eat.
At the Four-Way?
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh well.
It's between here and Greer.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Okay, yeah, it's a good place. Well, gee, we've really stayed on the music thing.
Yeah.
Now, do you? I know you collect CDs, and you're an old soul. You collect records. Name a few of the best ones in your collection. We'll shut it down with that because I'm curious.
I have the. I've sold a few, but I've still held on to a few. I have Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles, and I have
1967.
Yep, and I have Santana 1969, the first album they released.
I've never heard it. Is it self-titled?
Self-titled album. Yep.
I will dig that tonight. I've got several things to listen to that.
It's excellent. Yeah, those are probably the most notable ones I got.
Is Black Magic Woman on that?
No, Black Magic Woman came out in Abraxas, the album named Abraxas.
Okay. Well, now you can name more than 2 albums. I'm sure you got some that you like to listen to that you stream them if you don't own them.
Oh well, from my record collection, I have Herb Alpert in the Tijuana Brass. SRO is one of my favorite ones, and this isn't in my collection, but from Herb Alpert, what's that? Fandango and Sweet Cream and Other Delights.
Yeah, it's got a naked lady on the cover of the record.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Because I went back and streamed that one because there was a sports guy, and they got talking about music when he was a little kid. He was so fascinated. There's a naked girl on this record cover.
Yeah.
It was his parents' record.
Yeah, but you don't see anything. She's covered in like cream and stuff.
But still, it was the late 60s, early 70s. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So what were you listening when you pulled up? I heard.
I was listening to, what was it called? Strange Kind of Woman by Deep Purple.
Oh, man, I love that old heart. I love that. Well, we didn't do this the first time we had these mics. Give our Spanish-speaking listeners my YouTube and ask them to please subscribe and watch what I'm doing.
Si has llegado hasta este punto del video, por favor, suscríbete, dale like y prende notificaciones para ver más contenido como este.
Thank you. What he said. Do you have any thing you'd like to say about music, about playing guitar, anything to do with any kind of music?
As far as to the listeners?
You want to recommend any more records for them? I do that all the time. Well, I mentioned the biggest records from certain parts of my life.
Trying to think. There's a lot, but I need to sort through.
Well, we can on the next time you're here, we can whatever topic we're on, we'll start with best records and songs. You mentioned 2 or 3. I'm going to play them as quick as we get this equipment broke down, and I can get you out fence and let the puppy dogs come out so they won't worry my wife to death.
All right.
So we'll do that next time, and I tried to keep it under 30 minutes. I probably failed miserably. I hope everybody has a good week coming up. I don't have specific plans for YouTube to do anything, but I never plan this stuff out. It just happens. See y'all next time. See how? Oh, I knew that would happen. Hey, get back. Sorry.